president of the Amazon Foundation and Research, Mr. Marcel Botelho. So a round of applause. So good morning, everyone. In the name of Governor Elder Botelho, I would like to say it's a great honor to be here at this event and congratulate the organizers for the idea. As we said before, I could not have a better moment for this event in the Amazon and Loco, and we could not have a better place for it to happen than in Belém. We were all, since we're talking about the Amazon, we were all awarded with a great rain since the yesterday afternoon, representing well this rainforest. Well, there could be a great example. Could not be a better example. I'd like to greet Minister Teresa Cristina, who's participating online. I'd like to greet Mr. Mahmoud Madureira, Vice President of the Euro Chamber and the Municipal Chamber, Spanish Chamber of Commerce, Ignacio Namis, Ambassador of the European Union, Mr. Oranco Brilhante, Secretary of State for Internationalization in Portugal, who has just spoken from Lisbon, honoring this event. Mr. Sandra Magalhães, Minister Councillor of the Embassy of Portugal in Brazil, and Mr. João Augusto Rodrigues, Honorary Consul of Finland, through the name of Professor Emmanuel Firmino, President of the University of Florida, and greet all the other colleagues who are here representing academia and all the colleagues in the state government who are here present at this event. So, the concept of bioeconomy and trade, the concept of bioeconomy is not easy to be described, and it's even more difficult to be practiced. There are many variables for this definition, and we are all seeking answers so that this can be implemented appropriately. Some barriers need to be overcome, and I believe that the event, as well as COP26 and the event that we're doing, we had the event in bioeconomy, the World Forum of Bioeconomy recently. These are undoubted indicators that we are looking for solutions, that we are leaving from just focusing on the problem that exists, but we need to find essentially the solutions. Focus on the solutions need to be the mantra, the new mantra to be followed. Governor Elder Botelho and his participation in COP26 and during his government here in the state of Pará, he's demonstrated this also unmistakably. Some instruments such as the state plan for Amazon Now, the Eastern Amazon Fund, the investments in science and technology, are clear demonstrations that the state government is making efforts and is committed, as the governor said yesterday at COP26, to put bioeconomy as one of the major ways to leverage the state of Pará and in the Amazon, and it's for the economy and for the safety of the population. It was announced yesterday 472 million reals in investments, 400 million for small properties for family agriculture that are the basis not only of big business but also small producers bringing food security and bring an impressive pulse to the economy in the state of the Amazon. After all, as it's said of other people we've also heard at other moments, when I said that we need to use the Amazon, advance in our knowledge of the Amazon, develop the Amazon beyond the vision above the canopy, forest canopy. Under the forest canopies, it's almost 9 million people. People in the Amazon, Brazilian Amazon, almost 23 million people who need to have food safety, food security, who have to have good housing, good education, who need to have health. this pandemic, we've seen clearly these needs that the state of Pará has faced the pandemic based on several actions, but especially based on science and based on knowledge to face all of these difficulties. In this way, with this investment, we today have a security. Starting to have security, not only legally, but also the commitment of the state of Pará with this development. We have ITEFA, the land agency, working very much in land title regularization, a major knot that needs to be unraveled in the Amazon for you to be able to fight illegal deforestation. We need to know better and regularize better the lands. And the state government is making strong efforts in that regard. I will allow myself, Professor Torino, to talk also as a former president in the name of the university presidents. We have in the state of Pará a fora, FIESPA, which gathers higher education and research institutions in Pará, which today has knowledge base for people who are able to develop science and technology, for giving support to all of our ideas, but which need certainly to have investments. So we were talking before about how to do this. This is a path that without doubt, the support today as president of FAPESP, I am in contact with the university president, the directors of Embrapa, the Gilded Museum, to look for technological solutions that will support bioeconomy. Once again, a difficult concept, an even more difficult practice, but it needs to be faced. We certainly have the state of Pará being a protagonist of this development. I see here the Secretary for Tourism, who has developed excellent work to show the potentialities, and it's so well known in Amazon in Europe, knowing that its potential, its way of developing the environments sustainably, clean, in a clean fashion that can be a great matrix for bioeconomy in our state. We showed Marcel, we showed Santarém, but there's so many other beauties in the state. It's still unexplored in a state, in a region that does have problems, but we can also forget that we have 84% of our forests preserved. We've had several cycles of development during these years, from the exploitation and the advance into the forest when they needed to open up roads and reach the locations, until a situation today of bioeconomy where we know that we cannot work as we worked previously. And the producers of both the business sector and but the agribusiness and mining, I have no doubt that they're aware of this and trying to find alternatives. But as the governor said also yesterday in Glasgow, it's not enough looking and pointing out what needs to be done, this or that. It's necessary to work together. And forgive me if I'm being repetitive, as one of the things that were already said before, but I would know that we need to repeat things, some things to become a new mantra for sustainable development in our region. Because I have no doubt that based on these collective efforts, we will find the solutions for sustainable development of our region, based on principles that involve science, technology, and innovation. Within these 472 million reals, the governor announced yesterday that 72 million destined is specifically for creating the Park for Bioeconomy and Innovation in the Amazon, a structure that will bring together all of the different sectors so that we can together find solutions for this. These are investments from the state government that when we look at a global scenario, they could even look small, but for our state, it's a very major effort where the governor, since the beginning of his administration, is committed to this sustainable development and has increased the support in the areas of science and technology. We've gone from investment initially of 30 million reals, and today we're expecting to invest 200 million, specifically in the area of science and technology, bringing together the Secretary for Science and Technology and the Foundation for Support. So these are efforts that together will give answers without a doubt, but we need to have patience and perseverance because these answers will not be immediate. They need time to mature, they need time to be constructed, and the productive sector through this moment in Amazon and Loco gives signs that this really is the path. That the governments are taking the right step in promoting dialogue and discussion, and crucially the cooperation. In an event for all of us, when we reach the end of it with solutions, at least that can point out the future and that this charter can represent all of us. All of this for us.